Hello and welcome back to Didsbury Art Studio. This is Sally, and in today's video we're going to be using tons of ribbons. I've got lots of ribbons that have been given to me and that I've ordered in the past, and I've got quite a few, and I'm thinking that I'm going to do some sculptural experiments with them and some trimmings and some ruching and gathering, and I'm going to be using the sewing machine and some hand stitching. So shall we get into this? So I've got this bag full of ribbons which I've had for quite some time, and I think we're at the point, oops, there's a pin there. We're at the point where I really do need to do some more with them. I think I got this bag from eBay years ago, and yeah, I've got quite a few to go through. I've also been given quite a lot of these sorts of ribbons here, which I've had again for some time. There's some grey over there, and I've got some pinks and creams. Yeah, you've probably seen those. I've got loads there and some other ones down there. I'm going to be doing several different trims and techniques with the ribbons. So these are the different effects that I'm going to do with the ribbons today, and I've also got this ribbon which I've been doing a sort of concertina effect, and I'm really happy with these results. First of all, we're going to start with this one, and I'll show you just with a different coloured ribbon how to do this. Okay, so I'm going to start with my wide ribbon. You do need a wide ribbon for this, and I've just got a similar colour thread, thin needle, and we're just going to do runner stitch up to the top. Now, a quick way of doing this is you can just push the fabric up like so. You can get more stitches done quite quickly. Like that. And then we go, I might do another one there. Then we go and turn direction and go this way. Again, it's kind of like making a wide triangle. So yeah, once you've finished that, you're going to want to pull the thread, and so all the fabric ruches up like so, and it does that kind of zigzaggy effect as well, which I really do like. So that's it up close. So the next one that I'm going to do is this one. And obviously it looks very similar to that first one, but this one is done on the sewing machine. I've got two strips of ribbons. It's not quite as wide, this ribbon, as the other one, but you do exactly the same thing, but just on the sewing machine. So this time you're going to be sewing wide triangles, traversing from one side to the other of the ribbon. Okay, so there is the one on the sewing machine done. I've just pushed the fabric along. I think it's slightly thinner than that example I just showed you, the ribbon that is. This one's number 3, if we're counting, and I will show you how to do this. It's a little bit fiddly, but I'll show you how to do it on the sewing machine. I do really like this one, as I think it's got some mileage with twisting it as well. So if I was sculpting on the mannequin, then that's really quite nice. In fact, I could do it that way as well. So what we do with this one is basically just keep folding the ribbon back and forth and increasing the width of the ribbon as you go along. And there you can see that I'm just using some little clips, anything really that's useful to just hold the ribbon in place, particularly this satin ribbon as it's really slippery. And then onto the machine, and very carefully I'm sewing just straight down the middle and evening up the ribbons as I go along. So I'm just nearly getting to the end of that. Iris van Herpen is a really good artist to look at for this, and also Izzy Miyake, just brilliant for influencing fashion references. Next up, we've got this more sculptural effect with 2 different colours of ribbons. You're going to need 4 long lengths, and there's a little bit of weaving involved. And you're literally going to be folding over the ribbon one by one. So I've done it the 3rd time there, and on the 4th time I'm going to weave it through under that gold ribbon. And you follow that method and just keep repeating it until you run out of ribbon on this side. Now you can obviously vary the lengths of the ribbon. That'll give you obviously different outcomes and different lengths, but you can see I've just trimmed off the edge of that ribbon there, and I've turned it over and repeat on this side. And when you finish, you just pull it really tight and just cut off the remaining bits of ribbon. And you can kind of twist and turn it like I'm doing there. Love it. Okay, so I'm using a base ribbon and one on top, and I'm going to put a runner stitch towards one side of the ribbon. Once I've done that, I'm going to start ruching the ribbon. Once that's done, you're going to put the ruche piece on top of the other base ribbon and sew it again to one side, and it will give you this little frill. So on the sewing machine, I am just folding over the ribbon and making pleats. Once I've done that, I'm going to take the ribbon back under the foot and I'm twisting over each pleat and fixing it down with the stitch, which is useful. And it gives this nice decorative trim as a result. There we go. For this next one, you can see I've used 2
ribbons. One's a bit shorter than the other. Oh, there's our little friend Layla having a little sleep in the hamper. And I'm just folding the ribbon over and just securing it with stitch, and it comes out like this. That's 2 sets. For this next fabric manipulated piece, I have sewn a design onto the ribbon using hand stitching. So I'm just going to draw it out, and you could play around with different shapes. So I've just used a chalk pencil, and then I'm going to use embroidery thread and a sharp needle, and I'm just going to run a stitch all the way down through the middle of it, and then I'm going to go back in and follow the designs that I've drawn out. Once you've done that, you're going to start pulling all the threads, and it will give you this gathered effect again. And finally, I've used a big long length of ribbon, and you can see that I've folded it backwards and forwards, and clipped it in the middle. And then I'm just doing tiny little stitches and just gathering the 2 ribbons together and putting a stitch in, and I'm going to do either end, and then I'm going to take the stitches further into the center. I'm still using the clip in the middle. Well, I've pushed it along a little bit just to hold everything together because I was scared it was just going to fall apart. But now I've taken them out and just put in a few more stitches in, and it gives this concertina effect, which I love. Tried it on the mannequin. That one's bigger on the left, and that's the one I've just done. I'm just playing around with what they would both look like together.
This one's possibly my favourite. I just love the way that it sits on the body. So I hope you enjoyed my video today, and give me a like, a thumbs up if you did enjoy it. And if you haven't already subscribed, then please subscribe if you'd like to see more content like this. I upload every week and I'd love to have you on board. What I'll do is I'll leave a couple of links to some of the videos that you might like as a follow-on from this one today. All right then, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!